In today's video, I am going to be talking about the 5 skills that are needed to be able to make the NBA today and into the future. Really quickly, I want to say congratulations to Caleb Agata. He's a player who I used to train in Burlington many years ago when he was a much younger player, and he is now getting his chance to play in the NBA. Now, he just recently scored 17 points against the Team United States when he was playing for Team Nigeria. He is a Nigerian Canadian. However, at the same point in time, what are some of the skills that he has, but also that you can have to be able to make it to the NBA? Number 1 is, of course, shooting. You want to be able to shoot the three-point shot. That is an extremely important skill that you need to have today and into the future. Now, a couple of years ago, I went to a coaching clinic in Toronto, and Nick Nurse, the coach for the Toronto Raptors, even said this too. The biggest thing that a young player can work on today that will get them extremely far in basketball is their shooting ability. You really want to shoot every single day for a minimum of 1 to 2 hours, because that is what's going to set you apart from many other players around the world. So if you're a player who is trying to work on your shooting, first thing that I want you to do every single time that you step on the basketball court is to get literally right in front of the rim and take your regular shot. Try and hit swishes every single time, unlike I just did there. Hit 15 to 20 swishes from extremely close straight on. Head over to the first hash mark and do the exact thing, or same thing. Try to hit those swishes. Clearly, I can't do that right now. However, that's what you want to do. After you hit your shots from that first hash mark, swishing those shots, what you want to do is to use that backboard, top corner, and hit those shots too. Then you want to go exactly 90 degrees away from the backboard, or technically straight on away from the backboard, and again shoot your shots and try to make those swishes. Try to do the exact shot. If you're going to flick it, you don't want to do that. You want to really work on your shooting form like that. Next, you want to move out to 15 feet. So what I like to do with my players is about 15 feet out for the wings, and then you want to shoot free throws, and you want to do this every single time you step on the basketball court, and try not to miss like I just did there. But of course, if you do miss, that is okay, because now you know what you need to do to fix that shot, so that when you come to practice or game time, now you are going to have a good shot. So right now that should go in, or not. And then what you want to do is to take 5 to 10 threes from each spot. Of course, you can do more than these amounts of shots. You can do 20, 30 from each spot. It depends on how much time you really have. But you really want to get your shots up close when you first start, and then you want to build your way out. Now, a really good stat to really aim for is around 75% when you're younger, from 3 when you're just practicing. And then a really good stat that you want to hit in game is around 40% from 3. Another skill that sets Caleb and many really good players apart from each other is their defensive ability. Now, Caleb, I think in the Israeli league, he was able to, or with the Israeli team that he was playing for, he was able to get 2.5 or was it 3.5 steals per game, somewhere in that range, which is extremely good. I think he led the league in steals. This is something that you can do as well. You need to know how to play help defense. You need to know how the defensive spacing works, but also how to play on-man defense, be on your toes, really work on your agility. Use speed ladder or agility ladder drills. I've got a few of them on here. Vertical jump training will also help you with your leg speed, with your running, with your shuffling speed. Another drill that you can do is very simple. You can basically start on the block, defensive shuffle across and back, and try to go as fast as you can. And what you can do is to do 5 defensive shuffles. Every time you get back to your starting point, it counts as 1. And when you do 5, time yourself. See how long it takes you to do 5. And then do 3 sets of those 5 and take the best time out of those 3 sets or 5 sets or however many sets you want to do. And then the next day, do the same thing, time yourself again. Try to get better and faster every single day. The third skill is ball handling. No matter what position you play, I don't care if you are a 7-foot player or a 6'2" player like myself, or a 6'5" player like Caleb. what you want to do is to have the ability to handle that ball, whether it's in a full court pressure, whether you handle the ball normally or not, it doesn't matter. If you are stuck in a position where, hey, you just got that ball, you've got nobody to pass to, and you now have two players double teaming you, trying to stick you along the sidelines, guess what? You need to be able to handle that ball confidently to try and get around those players until there's a player open to pass to farther down the court. This also comes into an aspect of knowing what to do when you're under pressure. For example, in a full court press, you want to get that ball down the middle. You really want to stay away from the sidelines, because as soon as you go up the sidelines, especially in a full court press, they're going to try and trap you right here. And the reason for that is because you can't go back over half, and obviously you can't go that way. You can only go this way. And because of that, you are now trapped, especially if there's two players trapping you in that corner, you're done. So being able to handle the ball is extremely important when you're put into that situation. But going on to skill number 4 is rebounding. I made a highlight tape. I was doing highlight tapes for a player down at Atlanta a few years ago, and he got a D1 scholarship mainly because of his rebounding ability. He was only getting maybe one single basket a game, but he got a D1 scholarship for getting less than 3 points a game. The reason for that is because he was grabbing over 20 rebounds a game. Guess what? You rebound the ball, you get paid. Caleb Agata had a massive rebounding game against Team USA, and he had massive rebounding stats over in Israel. Now, a few little tips about rebounding. If the shot is being taken on that side of the court, you generally want to be on this side. There's a high probability that wherever this ball gets shot, it's going to go to the other side of the basketball court. That's probability. And you have to know that. And then what you can do is to watch the player shooting, and you can see, hey, is his elbow out just a bit more than normal? Because then if his elbow is just a bit out more than normal, then you can say, hey, that ball is probably going to be more left if he's a right-handed player. And that will then allow me to know where that's going to be roughly hitting on that rim, and I can grab that rebound at a higher percentage. And then my 5th tip is your fitness level. You want to be super strong, but you don't want to be overly bulky strong like a weightlifter or like a wrestler. You want to be fit. Really try to look at somebody like, look at pictures of Caleb, for example, or even look at players like a Kyle Lowry, who's even still sometimes a bit bulkier, but you can see that their waistline is like super skinny. They've really worked on their ability to work on their speed. It's not overall strength that you're trying to build. It's more stamina and overall speed type strength. So for example, workouts like plyometrics can really help you get and become a much better and stronger player, because you're going to be able to jump higher, you're going to be able to run faster, you're going to be able to accelerate faster, things like that. Also, a lot of body weight and medicine ball type of workouts. For example, you can use a TRX band for a lot of body weight strength that really works on the core, or you can use a Bosu ball workout, which I do a ton of on this channel. Those two things are extremely great for you to become a better basketball player. Okay, so here's the kicker. How do you make that level? How do you get to that level? Well, that way to do that is to work out every single day, but not the same muscle group. You can run every day, you can bike every day, you can play basketball every day. However, if you're going to be working on a muscle group, for example, plyometrics for your hips and your legs, you want to do that at the very most every other day. Then you can do your upper body every other day. You can do your core every day as well. You can do planks, you can do medicine ball slams every single day, because it's your core. You're engaging your core every single day anyways. However, you don't want to start tomorrow and say, I'm going to go balls out and I'm going to really work on it tomorrow and I'm going to do this every single day. You really don't want to do that. If you haven't worked out before, do body weight exercises, don't use equipment. Work on equipment once you get all of the forms down, because then you don't injure yourself. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that this video has given you some ideas on how you can make it to the NBA. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. I've got 5 players now who have made the NBA.